Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another car video. Hold up, I don't want to cut off a brother's head. Yeah. Select men can never be simps. And you know why I'm addressing that, man? Because, you got a notion out there, usually by non-select dudes, that these select men, they simps, or, they matriarchal, or some other goofy ass shit. It is goofy, man. It's goofy. Because that tells me one thing. They have no idea what they're talking about. And they can't even pretend to. First of all, they on the outside looking in, and half the time they ain't even looking at the right thing. Even when they say, because I saw one video by a dude talking about, yeah, these players are simps. But if you see a man chasing a woman that much, he ain't select. Understand something about women. And this is a very thing. Even if women try to deny this publicly, if you know where to look and how to look, women always will try to seduce a man they consider select. Let me say that again. A woman will always try to seduce a man. Now, what they got to do with simping? Understand what simping means, because everybody done killed the definition. No one ain't been pimps who actually know what it is. Simping just means you putting yourself in a subservient position to a woman. That's simping. But a select man, by definition, only deals with a woman on his terms. So they can't both be the same thing. If it's on his terms. In fact, I said that in my book. A couple other people familiar with the term said that when I did had some voice parts for this rap video where I was talking about select and non-select. I said Mr. Goodbar, or any real select man, when he's through with the woman, he dismisses her. Like the maid, that don't sound like a simp. He deal with her on her terms. On his terms. If he was dealing with her on her terms, and then it'd be a simp. Because understand something, a lot of guys, like I said, they've never been in that world. And see, they can't even fake like they've been in that world, because there's really not a lot of information on that. One, because it's a small world. Now, people usually, if you come comfortable with saying select, just say alpha males. Can you actually look at an alpha male and say, oh yeah, he's simping? No, that's a beta trait. If y'all don't want to get that, or 80-20, they chasing 20% of the men. That's not, that man's in the driver's seat. Now see, understand, let me get into it, because I even did a video where I talked about women will always try to seduce that man. Now understand how that's going to happen. Sometimes they're going to be aggressive about it. Most of the time though, they just going to they going to give him some hella clues. Women have told me straight up, they'll clock a dude sometimes. They're going to put themselves in a position. And even then, that's just to get the introduction. Usually they're going to go out of their way to get the man's attention, because he might just ignore him anyway. He might know him. They might see him at a mall at a certain point every day, always wear a dress or something like that, hoping to get his attention. In fact, any real womanizer, any real dude who's able to get women without any issue, they'll see a woman doing that and say, oh, okay. Like I remember my last day job, this woman came in with a nice looking dress. And I already knew the deal. I said, yeah, you hunting today, aren't you? She was like, yeah. They will go after, they will put themselves in that position. And on a deeper level, they will actually submit to that man naturally. Like, there's a lot of men complaining about these women won't submit, and you got women out here, I ain't gonna submit to a man. But like as Cousin T-Tall pointed out in that K. Michelle video, she said she will submit to a man with a mission. So that's voluntary. He don't have to force her. That man would be select to her. They see, that's the key thing to understand. the woman, and let me get on a deeper level. Y'all get huffy when I talk about sex, but y'all need to get over that shit. For a woman to really express her full sexual being, it's an act of submission. And that's regardless of what she do outside of the bedroom. But in the bedroom, she will be submissive. That's why you get some women, they could be CEOs, managers and everything. They get in the bedroom or something, that dude say, shit, he tie her up, whatever. He's like, yeah, swallow all my kids and stuff. She'll do it. That's not a simp right there if the woman's submitting to him, is it? But, the biggest problem is a lot of guys are outside of that world and they don't know, because it's hard to explain. That was one of the reasons why, I officially joined the Select Manosphere, because it's hard. And I did a podcast on it talking about it's a car video talking about the communication issues between the two. Because how can you know that if you like the average man never had an experience of a woman trying to seduce him, like working hard, like cooking him a meal. Like, you got men out there, if they text a woman, they'd be good if that woman texts them back right away. Or a woman, you got some guys, you got women won't even like their pictures out on social media outside of their like family members. Might not get them. Or women just randomly sending you naked pictures. They've never had that. They never understood that, because one of the things, and I talked about this in my on-demand video, The Good Bar Mystique. What's really happening is, they ain't talking about it in the media. In fact, it goes against it. The men getting the most play. Shit, the women are aggressive as hell. They throwing it at them. Shit. I've been seeing and experiencing that since I was little. Many a guy who selects, that first woman. I mean, it's fucked up to say this. Might have been a babysitter or something. It's fucked up, but that's how it go. In fact, here's the interesting thing about select guys. It's interesting, like, guys want to say, oh, they simps or they chasing. But if you were to ask that guy how to chase a woman down, they couldn't tell you. In fact, in my book, Nice Guys and Players, anybody who bought it, I say, yes, for the nice guys who can't get the woman, but also for players who can get every woman they want. And every woman except the one that they actually want. Because usually that's a weak muscle. I've never seen it to fail, because they don't have to do it. They have no idea what it would take, because they've never had to do it. They never had that muscle. And then actually, that's how I know when I'm talking with a select person. That's how I know. Because I'm going to ask him his experience with women. If he's talking about, yeah, I did this, I spent this money. Or, I had to write this poem or something. It's like, nah, he not select, because the select dude is going to be complaining. He's going to be like, yeah, man, this woman always up in my face all the goddamn time. She fine, but damn, shit. I'm trying to eat my buffalo wings in peace. Because they always going to get something. But see, I mean, the main problem though is, guys, one, as I alluded to earlier, a lot of these guys ain't in the word. They talking about shit they have no idea about. Because one of the things is there's like one book I know of that really talk about womanizers like that. There might be a few more, but it's not something a lot of people have approached. And that one book is Swoon. And I've talked about that constantly. I've had some people have told me they got it. They don't understand it. But if you think about it, there ain't too many experts in it. I would count myself as an expert in that field. I would count definitely somebody like Alan Roger Curry as an expert, but there ain't too many experts. A lot of dudes are just faking, or they don't see that aspect. They don't know how to read a woman and know enough, like in an interaction, that this woman is actually following this dude, and that she's the dude chilling and she working hard to get him. A lot of dudes can't see those nuances and stuff. So, guys haven't experienced that world. There's no real material. There's no studies. Like, people try to say, well, I seen this study. Ain't no studies out there, man. Ain't no studies other than that book I mentioned, and, what some, people, Alan Roger Curry, Cousin T talk about. There ain't a lot out there. But see, people constantly trying to talk about it, they trying to like really think about it, but they really messing people up. Because, understand, just if you can understand that nature of women and that nature of being selected, you got it. You no longer pressed. And instead of like so much as game you need, you learn how to pay attention to signs that, okay, this woman trying to seduce me. And once you recognize that, you can definitely deal with it on their own terms, because then that's when the choice becomes yours. That's it right there. Then you decide, okay, am I going to reciprocate, or I'm just going to let her go? Because usually if you don't make any decision or make it obvious that you just ain't trying to get with her, she won't keep going. Because one thing about women, when they trying to seduce a man, once they get their sights set on a man, they'll concentrate all effort on getting him. But see, a lot of guys think it's the other way around. But it's like I said, you want the outside looking in. And I know some people, they gonna want to argue and everything. But look, this ain't up for debate. And I'm gonna say what I told somebody privately. I said in a video. I don't think people got it. You want to debate me? We gotta go live. And when I say live, not where we on the camera. I'm at my home, they at their home, or wherever they gonna be. We gotta be on the stage in front of people. We gotta do this like Sinetta did with those conscious community events, at vendors, everything. And I'm dead serious. Because when I grew up, you had a problem with somebody, you looked them in the eye. Not across the computer screen, but in the eye. I'm going back to that. Because that'll end a lot of stuff right there, to be honest with you. But, yeah. People need to, one thing I'll say, man, people need to get out their feelings. I'm just saying what is. Instead of trying to, argue position, figure it out. It's actually easy. It's actually, it's really not hard to become select to a woman. And the beauty of it is it gives you power, because, I saw something else. People feel like, you giving power to these women, you validating these women. No, you become select. All of a sudden, you got women serving you, bro. And not just with sex. Not just with sex, fam. Shit, about 30 of my donations come from women, fam. So it's like, that's a money-making thing. Shoot, that's a money-making thing. Shoot, you get great service in places. I'm about to walk into this store, half the women in here know me. And then, hey, Rob, they be helping me out, giving me discounts, all of that shit. Telling me when I need to come back for a sale. Be getting great service and like, man, I be getting discounts at some of these restaurants in the area. I haven't been going this lately because I've been dropping some weight. So, but when I go to them, shoot, people go out their way to say hi to you. People give you women give you free massages. Free shit. Y'all up here tripping and shit. I'm trying to tell y'all how to move through the world with authority. Shoot. If you go on a job interview for that big job, the interviewer is a woman, boom. Shit's done in your favor. You need time off. That's power, bro. I'm trying to tell you, half this world is women, man. And really succeeding in life, man, you're going to have to interact with a woman at some point. And it's not even about sexuality. It's about power, bro. That's the biggest thing. So anyway, that's it for now. I got to go get my little food and stuff, get my little wrap and all of that. So anyway, I'll talk to y'all. Peace.